Hi everyone, I am Margo, your tarot reader, and today we are doing the Leo. We are continuing the Leo recording in reference to the exes, so we are fixing to do the females. Leo for the exes in the month of September 2017, and also the mistresses, okay? To finish up the Leo. In reference to the exes, are going to show me what must they need to know. Remember that this may not resonate for some of you, so check out your sun, moon, and rising signs. Also, if you like a personal reading, please contact me below or email me at margourtarotreader@gmail.com or Facebook Margourtarotreader. I will be running this special continuously for the month of September for the price of $33.33, and if you like an emergency reading within 24 hours at $15 to the fee. Now, let's get started. Arcana, show me what must I need to know for the exes. Leo, here we go. And this is for the females that are single in reference to the ex. For some of you, it's giving me a no. It's because some of you are uncertain whether or not to return, or vice versa, or they are uncertain to return to you. It's saying that your ex is probably thinking that you've moved on and are seeing more than one person, it's telling me here, or you are seeing more than one person. Now, for these females that are single in reference to the ex, I feel that you've had a lot of drama in reference to the person that you left behind, and so you're uncertain. Now, let's see what the minor after tarot cards have to say in reference to these major arcanas. Okay, let's see for the exes. Ooh. For some of you, you were actually in a third-party relationship. I feel that either you were in a relationship at the same time as you were seeing the ex, or the ex was actually even married to someone, and so therefore, if you didn't know, you find out. So that's what caused the breakup. For some of you, it's telling me here. For these females that are Leo in reference to the ex, it's telling me that they are thinking of communicating. I think that they're not in the beginning or even in the middle of the month of September. You could hear something at the end to the beginning of October, at the end of September to the beginning of October. Or you might try to reach out to them, it's saying, okay? But just be careful because conflict might occur within that process. For some of you female singles out there, in reference to the ex, I think that either you're deciding between the person that you're seeing now or the person that you left behind. I feel that yes, you will hear from them. You're putting something on hold. Either you're putting a relationship on hold because you're reaching out or hoping that the ex will reach out to you, is telling me here. So for some of you, I absolutely see that it will be a decision to have made between you and the ex, or the ex have to make a decision between someone currently and you. Okay? But I do see communication for some of you. And for some of you, I do see you seeing the person this month, even being intimate with the person, sharing your emotional feelings between that person. But for some of you, I feel that there's still a little mistrust between you two. I feel that maybe you have more than one option at this time, or the ex does too. So he's going to have to balance the information out, whether he wants to come back to you because he loves you, and can he trust you, vice versa. For some of you, as of right now, since you are a female Leo single, it's telling me that right now you're probably seeing more than two people, either a Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, or a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. Or it could be that you're asking in reference to those two exes in the past. One of them was not in a good stage in their lives to come back to you, and they're not even, I don't think that they're suitable for you. The other person is coming back, but he's just missing the intimacy between you, it's what I sense here. But for sure you will hear contact either from one or both, okay, or vice versa. For some of you, you felt that you were in love with your ex, or the ex is in love with you, and they're missing you. They're wanting to see you. They're wanting to hear from you, even if it's just by a text, or even if they're even looking at your Facebook or your Instagram, anything that is into the media. They're even looking to see how you're doing, or you're even doing that. Okay. For some of you, if you do hear from your ex, it's telling me that it's going to cause drama. It's going to cause conflicts because they're still not over the damage that happened between you two, or vice versa. You're going to be combative with that person. So it may not be it may not be September the month for you to contact with them, even if you hear from them, because you still need a lot of healing, either you or them. For those females that are single in reference to their ex, it's telling me that I feel that there was a third party in this situation, and maybe the spouse find out about it and you got into a conflict with the spouse of your ex, and so therefore it's still a drama in there. And he is at the same time trying to work it out with their spouse. I think their spouse is either Pisces, Scorpio, or Cancer, is telling me. For some of you, it could have been that, you know, your mother was too involved within your relationship, you know, too bossy and too into it, okay? For some of you, you know, you're just gonna, instead of reaching out to the ex, you're just gonna, you know, concentrate on yourself, on your work, on your self-being, is telling me. And that's a good sign, because when you do that, when you concentrate and focus on yourself, then the energy overflows differently, and then the person that you left behind comes and wonders, you know, and why is she or he not pursuing me, and things like that. So it makes the energy turn differently, and then they come sooner, okay? So now you know. For some of you, I feel that you were in a female-female relationship, and you felt like they were not chipping in, you know, and making half of the share of the relationship, or they're feeling that way. And there's also considering that they're not certain whether or not you cheated or they cheated, so it caused a broke up because of the mistrust, okay? So for some of you, it's telling me that, you know, you're hoping to reach out to them. You will communicate with them. For some of you, it could be either by phone calls or by text. And it's telling me that, yes, some of you will definitely reunite with your ex for this month of September. You're hoping to and wishing to. Some of you is telling me to be cautious, because maybe you're overindulging in the drinking or partying, trying to, you know, not miss so much. The ex is telling me, okay? So be careful with that. Or they're doing that, okay? Now, let's do Leo's mistresses. Remember that this is what it is. You know, even the best of us end up being in that situation, okay? So this could be male or female mistresses. It doesn't matter, you or them, okay? So let's see what the energies are for the mistresses, Leo, in September 2017 in reference to the ex. What are the energies? Will they come back? Will they reach out? And in which ways? Show me Arcana, what else I need to know in reference to the mistresses and their ex. Well, for some of you are just going along with the phase of the breakup right now, it's telling me. For some of you, you're wondering whether or not they are happy with their spouse or you. So it's telling me that if there is communication, it's going to take some time. Maybe at the end of the month, it's telling me. For some of you, yes, you will hear one way or the other from your mistresses, or you will try to reach out to them, okay? For some of you, you felt sad that it ended the way it ended, and some of you are wondering whether or not, you know, they're feeling the same way, okay? Let's see here. For some of you are going to decide to just, you know, give your space some time, give yourself some space in this month of September, and even if they reach out to you, you're still going to be in a no position, it's telling me, okay? Or if you reach out to them, they're still going to be uncertain whether to even answer your calls, it's saying, for some of you. Okay, so this is for the mistresses. Leo mistresses. Let's see, what are the universe has in store for you? In reference to your ex, you know, I feel that for some of you exes out there, for some of you mistresses out there, it's telling me that they're actually are very happy that this was a closure to them, that they're very happy being with their marriage, and they're working on it. They're either, you know, celebrating something within their marriage, maybe even their anniversary this month, is telling me. And so your ex is working on the marriage, trying to put every effort into it, okay? So they're not thinking of coming back, or you're not thinking of coming back to the ex. And this is in reference to the mistresses, okay? It could be that they're also celebrating that their spouse actually even gave birth or is pregnant at the same time. Now, for some of you, for the mistresses out there, for these Leos, it's telling me that there was too much. You still can't get over the hurt of the betrayed, or they can't get over of this betrayal. Maybe they trusted you to a certain point that they thought, you know, I could keep this going for quite some time, even forever. But then something happened that it was either it was known, find out by the spouse, or, you know, or you went ahead and told the spouse, one way or the other, okay? So I feel that there will be communication, you know, for this month for some of you in reference to that. but I feel that it's not going to be that pleasant, okay? For some of you, the communication is coming. I think there was a third-party situation for sure here, and the spouse did find out. So, and they chose the spouse instead of you, or you did that, okay? And now it's just causing you drama, because if your spouse find out, is that the person, you know, that you're married to, he or she, they're being accusatory to you, they're being offensive to you, and you're just not happy now. You feel like you regret the fact that you left the other third-party situation for something that is not working out right now with your partner or their partner, okay? For some of you, there's love, mutual feelings between you two, between your mistress and you, and they are trying to find a way to contact you. They are trying to put the past in the past. Are you doing so? So they're thinking whether or not to communicate with you this month. Now, what you need to do is just give thanks to the universe for having that person, and maybe that will flow the energy and then have them come back. Okay, because they're actually thinking of and not saying yes, but it's saying they are. For some of you, yes, it's absolutely going to see you, or you're going to see them, but it's going to be a short-lived moment for the month of September, because I feel that you're going to be intimate, and then they're going to have to go back to their own spouse, or you will, okay? But at least you're going to see them one way or the other. For some of you mistresses out there, is telling me that either you ended up having a child from the person, or they ended up having a child from you, and so therefore you're just waiting out to see, because you're probably even married now, or they are, and you don't know whether or not to reach out to them, or they don't even know, because there's a child in between here, you know, or because there's children, they can't leave their spouse, you know, to be with you, is saying. But they are thinking, and I feel that they will eventually come before the end of the month is over. They're just being patiently waiting, okay? For some of you, I feel that yes, there's love in between, but there's just too many hassle, too many conflicts, too many problems, too many accusing each other, and they feel like it's not the right time to be here, you know, for the months of September. In reference to the mistresses here, I feel that if they do reach out to you, or you reach out to them in this month of September, I feel that, you know, you're gonna get into a conflict, and then it's just going to cause a more distant separation. So, you know, just keep thinking the universe for them in your life, and then only positive, of course. Think positive when you think the universe. I have to say that all the time, okay? Because that way it comes back, the positive energy comes back to you. Now, for some of you, you know, if you continue that, maybe October will be the month for you. But at this time, even though there's mutual feelings between you and your mistress, it's not going to happen at this time, because they are at this time arguing with their own spouse, okay? Or you're doing that. So keep that in mind. For some of you, you're waiting to see if they're going to leave their spouse, is telling me. They're really uncertain, because they are happy and they have accomplished a lot of things in their marriage, or you have. And they're really trying to wait out their options, whether this is beneficial to leave their spouse or not, okay? Remember that when it comes to mistresses, they're looking for something that they don't have at home. They're missing something, and they come back to someone else, okay? So you got to be better than the person that they have at home. Keep that in mind, okay? Now, for some of you, I feel that you will have a conflict between their spouse and you, or they will have a conflict between your spouse and them, because this is going to go a little bit further than what it is expected. Maybe physical contact, physical violence in between there in the month of September. So be careful. You know, September has a lot of challenges, has a lot of emotional, physical, and mentally changes for all of us, okay? It's been coming since last year, and now it's taking its toll, and, you know, for the greater good for all of us, okay? So keep that in mind, that you need to stay focused and stay positive, okay? Now, I hope that this was help to you. If you like any personal reading or any spells, contact me, and I'll be more than happy to help you and make the choices that is best for you. Thank you.